Hello and welcome from my mobile office, aka the Lightning. There's some pretty breaking news here. Tesla's coming out with a longer, slightly longer Model Y called the Model Y L. Kind of a size overhaul to make it more useful for larger families, I presume. So let's dive into that. So just came out this morning. There were some reports of it last night as well. Tesla China is coming out with a Model Y L. It's a 6-seater, so not only is there no longer a middle bench, but there are also two, bucket seats, if you will, for the middle row, allowing easier access to the third row. Anyone who's had a 6-seater Model Y knows it is very hard to get back there, let alone sit back there. So this is probably a much better approach than what they've done in the past. They've also extended the wheelbase and the overall length of the car by a good 7 inches. It's also reportedly about a little less than 2 inches taller than the regular Model Y, which is interesting, and only 3 inches approximately smaller than the Model X. So this is pretty much what a Model X would be if it were at a more affordable price class. They probably are giving it the same shape, I'd presume, as the Model X, since it's a bit higher, a bit longer, allowing better access to the third row. They also have redesigned the wheels. It has a unique wheel design. Now this, again, is for Tesla China, as they do have exclusive wheels for that market at times. So I'm hoping if this does come to the US, which I believe it absolutely should, that we'll get these wheels as well. Think of this kind of like I wouldn't call it an SUV or a 3-row SUV, like compared to, like a Traverse or something, but it's getting there. It's like if you were to get like one of those Mitsubishis with like the jump seats in the back almost. I wouldn't pack the whole thing in there every day, but when you need to, and you're in a pinch, it makes sense. And the Model Y being the family car choice for many families, I could see why this would make sense. And again, remember, they tried with a 7-seater where it was the 2 seats in the front, a bench in the middle, and 2 seats in the third row. And it was very cramped, even pretty small for children back there. So I understand why not many people bought it. This being a better approach, I'd imagine, because of I'm guessing that the longer wheelbase and higher roof could potentially, I wish I was in the R1S for this, could be a better example, but basically the bar right here is probably a bit higher, allowing for you to bump your head a bit less. They even have a cool little logo for it, where it's like a Model Y logo, like normally, emblem on the back, and then a little little extensions of the Y going to the right. Pretty cool. I wonder what the range will be, if any differences. I'd imagine there has to be some. We'll see. Additionally, I wonder if this will become the primary Model Y wheelbase, because I'd imagine it'd be hard to have both a short wheelbase and long wheelbase Model Y both in production. And so it makes me wonder if this will become the regular Model Y, potentially. And when you don't order a 3-row version, you just have the bench seat in the back again, and a little bit more not third row, a little more trunk space maybe. They also say there's a new rear spoiler, which is awesome. It looks almost like a performance spoiler, which is pretty cool. And this side profile here, if I'll put up a little side profile shot here, it looks very Model Y. It looks very Model X in this photo. Very Model X. Basically, the rear just hunches up a little bit more. It's more of that kind of egg shape that the Model X has always had, versus coming down a lot more aggressive in the rear toward the taillights. As you can see, there's a lot of space between the taillights now because of the extra room. Definitely can see that there will be extra headroom in the third row, which is great. Again, it's not a lot of headroom even then. It's just more than what there was before. Now, let's see. Yep, they said they've modified the redesign behind the C-pillar, so that confirms that. New seats as well. The seats in the front, we don't have any interior photos yet. We're just going by a post that Tesla did on Tesla China did on their social media there. The seats look a lot more luxurious. They look kind of like the seats you'd find in Performance, which brings me to my next point. This has a lot of tendencies of a Performance. The spoiler, the seats, the custom wheels that look like they have inserts so you can take out. It looks like the inserts, it looks like the wheels of the new Model X, the redesigned one that just came out, and kind of the new Model S. And it makes me wonder, are we seeing hints of the performance here? They didn't announce any powertrain differences, and it doesn't look lowered like the performance usually is. And the wheels look like 20s or 19s, maybe 20s, definitely not 21s. So it's not a performance yet, but I feel like they're getting toward it. I think we're inching toward performance with this. They say that's going to launch this autumn in China, and I really hope we get this in the US. This would be, honestly, it might even sell more than the current Model Y. The current Model Y sells a ton. There's also a new gold color. I can't find any photos of that, but if I do find one, I'll put up so you guys can see it. But the renders they have right now are just in like a quicksilver-ish, or maybe this is the gold, actually. It does look kind of warm. So maybe this is the color. So yeah, this would be great. There are some comparisons too. I found this image on Twitter that compares the two, well, compares all three, Model X, Model Y L, and Model Y, the normal one. And you can tell pretty much as soon as you pass, half of the A pillar, you can already tell that it's kind of going to bow out some more. I think it looks very close to a Model X. I'd almost say it looks like it has more rear headroom because the Model X also slopes down a bit more aggressively, but the Model X is also a bit taller and has deeper seats, I'd imagine, so it might still have less space than Model X, but that we'll have to see. But this looks pretty good, pretty good. I wonder if there will be, to my point earlier, there will be any range differences with it being a longer wheelbase. I imagine it'd be very minimal, but I also wonder if they'd actually change the structural pack at all, like the pack, if it may be a bit longer or different chemistry, different motors, who knows? All we have right now are pretty much aesthetic and, dimensional changes. We don't have any word on, powertrain, things like that, which is a sign it might not be any different. But nonetheless, I'm really excited for this, and I hope that we do see it in the US. I really do hope we get it here. I wonder if the middle row will have bucket seats that are powered. So, power, move out the way, get in the car, or if they'll all be manual, since the bench seats are powered in the new Model Y. It definitely makes me wonder if those will be powered. I'd hope so. I'd like to see them powered. I'd like to see them have armrests. I'm sure we'll get different, AC arrangements. Who knows? I really wonder where the middle pillar, the structural bar right here, will go. And I don't know if it's related, but if you guys remember, the new Model Y has this little cutout for the tint in the top. It's like there's like a space here that's not tinted, which is really strange. Is it related to this? Maybe, not sure. Because we haven't seen the pillar yet, but what if they brought it closer so there's more space in the third row for your head? Maybe. Who knows? But yeah, so little quick breaking news there. We'll be sure to update you guys if we get more on this, but right now I just have aesthetic changes, wheels, wheelbase, seats from what we can see, and obviously the different body design. I can't wait to see it with the trunk open. That'll be pretty awesome. But let me know what you guys think about it. Would you get a Model Y L over a regular 5-seater Model Y? Or, and this is a more likely scenario, would you get it over the 7-seater Model Y, which I'm pretty sure everybody would. Also, before we go, they could still do a 7-seater now that it has more space, a longer wheelbase. They could pull off a better fitting 7-seater as well. Keep the rear seats and put a middle bench in the longer wheelbase Model Y. That would be pretty solid. So I'd hope they do both. A lot of people have choice. Same with the Model X. And this might destroy Model X sales. But I think it should give you a choice of 6 seats or 7 seats or 5 seats. I think there should be options for all 3 configurations, since every family is different, and they might want middle row for coming back. Maybe they might need 2 car seats adjacent from each other, or they want the full seats everywhere. So yeah, looking forward to seeing how this shapes out. We should get more information soon. Again, it's only releasing in China currently, but hopefully, and I mean, it'd be the smart thing to do, they bring it here to the US. So keep a lookout. Let me know what you guys think about this.